problem is that we're not
Blacks
telling
here in
the
this
kids
city have
starting
made
to use
significant
drugs earlier
contributions.
in life than they ever have.
Yeah, right. All kids, all these kids nowadays is going to the dogs. Contraire, more fair. And I got a beautiful example for you today of some of the wonderful, exciting things the young people are accomplishing from our community. Welcoming to the show, Kendall. And I'm going to leave it like that because I decided he's going to be a one-name wonder. Go ahead, say your whole name, Kendall.
My name is Kendall Isaiah Washington.
Kendall Isaiah Washington. Glad to have you on the show.
Glad
You've
to
done
be here.
something that a whole bunch of us people that think we can sing, dreamed we could do, who were never able to accomplish, and that's to sing at the Apollo Theater in New York City. How did you manage to get there?
Well, it was a lot of hard work. I had to go to St. Louis and Memphis and audition and travel. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have did that or God. But
Amen.
I got through it. I got through it though.
Back up just a second. How old were you when you started singing?
3 and younger.
3 and younger. Now, was it just some of that, that baby singing and Google, or could you show enough to do it?
I could do it.
What kind of songs did you enjoy singing?
Gospel.
Gospel, mainly?
Yes.
Amen, brother. And is that the kind of singing that you did that got you to the Apollo?
Yes.
Tell me how it all started. How did it all start?
Well, how it all started was I was at my auntie's house, and then I would first of all just go over there, not do anything but watch Vicky Winans on TV. But unless she wasn't there, I would go do anything, cry, shout, scream, stomp, kick, punch, if Vicky was not on TV.
Like Tara, huh?
And so if she was on TV, I just sat there, sung and screamed and laughed. And when it was over one night, it was a music video on of hers at the end of the video. And so then I started singing, and then my auntie pulled out her huge, about this big camcorder, and then camcorded me. And then when the video was over, my mom came in from work, and my auntie said, "Look at this, look at this." She said, "Your little boy can sing." She was like, So we went home that night. And so we went to bed and got up and went to school, and I got back and started singing. But then the rest of it is just history.
Those famous words, just history. No, you've done a lot of things, a lot of singing, a lot of places, met a lot of people. Let's just take Paducah. What are some of the things that you've been involved with, that you were involved with here in Paducah as far as singing goes? Contest, talent contest?
The 4-H talent contest at Washington Street, and church anniversaries, and Paducah Idol. Just trying out for a lot of things. The Boys and Girls Club telethon. Just a lot of things.
I notice it says that you performed at religious events in Paducah, Hopkinsville, Mayfield, Princeton, Grand Rivers, Fulton, Evansville, Gary, Clarksville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois. Wow, you've been around a bunch of places already to only be 10 years old. How's it feel to be only 10 and going all these places? That sounds like a tour, if you will, like regular movie stars do,
Well, yeah, I just feel blessed because it's just a blessing to be on here in the first place. So I'm just like, well, I'm just going to sing for the Lord. I don't care what nobody say, I'm going to sing. So I just go out there and do my best, even if I don't win all the talent contests and everything like that. But I just try my best to do it.
Right. So you really, really know that all that you are that's good, that all the talents that you have, all of your abilities come from God.
Right.
How long have you known that?
I've been knowing it for a long time now. Ever since I started singing, but been knowing it for a long time now.
Right. Well, I don't doubt it, and I don't doubt that I can't begin to imagine how far you'll go in what you do. as long as you know that's the case.
Right.
That all that you do that is good, you know, is for the Lord. I heard you got an award from one of our, I want to say elite people here in the city. One of our city commissioners gave you some kind of award. What was that and who was that?
Commissioner Robert Coleman,
Commissioner
he
Robert
gave
Coleman.
me it's an award, the Duke of Paducah. He said I was the youngest one to have one of these. He said, so he gave me this little award, had his signature and like this little stamp, and it was just like this big, like a gold award, like on books. And so I was like, ew, whoa, this is amazing that I won this. It was just a good experience to learn that I was the youngest Duke of Paducah in Kentucky, Paducah,
Sure.
Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. That's no Play Tour award. I
No.
understand. You know, you're 10. You're 10,
Right.
and when's your birthday, by the way?
January 26th.
January 26th. You're 10 years old and you have a Duke of Paducah award. I'm 55 and I ain't got none yet. What's up with that? You know, something I'm not doing right, I suppose. You know, bless you. You know, congratulations. That's
Thank
really,
you.
really an outstanding award. You've gone from here. You've been to any number of places. I know your travels took you to Memphis and St. Louis and some other places. I don't want to get to those. I want to go straight to the Apollo. Tell me what it was like being at. Did you knew about the Apollo and all that before you ever went there?
No.
You know anything about it?
No.
But you know about it now. Tell me what you know about it now, though.
Well, I know it was a stage that Gladys Knight and James Brown and just live performers performed on. And just yesterday, I happened to see this group. They were on the Apollo, and I seen they were performing. They just showing all their history. But they was on the Apollo stage. I was like, I was on the same stage that they was on.
Exactly. So many black entertainers, in particular, got their starts, you know, at the Apollo Theater. When there were so many places around the country where they couldn't go to showcase their talents. You know, New York was the bomb. That's where you went, to the Apollo Theater. And if you could make it at the Apollo Theater, they said, you could make it anywhere. Not only did James Brown start there, something else recently happened too. After James Brown passed, you know, James Brown just died recently.
Right.
Had his funeral and everything at the Apollo Theater. Carried him back to where his roots were. You know, was it? I mean, going there's like a gigantic place or anything like that. Really?
Because in the show, I was just up in the balcony. And then I was like in the front row at first. Then we had to walk up to the balcony because other people starting to get there. So we went up to our seats. I was like, this place is huge. And I didn't even see the balcony at first. They had like the little, like where people sit, like just where people sit in those little booths by themselves.
Right.
And people sitting, it was like 3 layers of just big, all these seats. I've never seen so many things in
Not
my
just the
entire life.
downstairs and upstairs, but three
Right.
tiers, 3 tiers. Wow. They have those little things around the walls like people sit in. You know, like when you're at a symphony or something, they have
Right.
those around the walls. Oh, cool.
Yes.
What was it like standing up on that big old stage, looking out there at all of these people?
Well, this one lady and her husband, they was performing. I said, how do you do that? Just sing, how do you sing like that? She said, well, this is how I did it. It looks like I'm looking at the crowd,
Right.
but I just picture one place where I'm singing at.
Oh,
If
okay.
it's a picture or a wall or a person, I just look at that thing or person.
Right.
And so I concentrate on that. So I did that. At first, it didn't turn out as good because something happened and I didn't know what it was. I was like, is that me? I was like, no. So then it was a blessing because I got to do it the next day.
Right.
A lot of people didn't get to do that. I got to do it the next day.
Wow.
And Lord, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have got to meet even more people than I did.
So that's what you do. You focus on one spot out there. You never find yourself looking out in the audience trying to find, oh, excuse me for a second, Mr. and Mrs. Danny Fugate. That's Danny and Early Fugate. Have them something here, I'm telling you. You never find yourself looking out trying to find them to see, you know, get that support?
Now that was hard, right? Because that was hard because I couldn't. Out of all those people, first, like the first day, I was looking out there and I was like, "Where in the world is my mama?" So usually they was just right there, and because a lot of my family was like my sister, my voice teacher, my pastor, his wife, and my cousin, and just like a lot, my sister, my cousin, just a lot of people was there with us. And so I looked around and said, "Oh my gosh, where is my mother? I'm so scared I can't find her." So she was sitting down on the opposite side where I couldn't find her.
Right.
But she still had some good seats though. I could not find her. All those people was just out. Like, this tall man, no wonder I couldn't see her because somebody was in the front of her. Right. So everybody was getting up and clapping and coming up to the stage, and she came up right in the middle center. I just said, "Oh, I found her, hallelujah." So I kept on singing, and the next day when Tyrese was there, I was gonna come on stage. Before I got on stage, Tyrese was coming off stage. Tyrese Gibson.
Yep.
He's a huge actor, singer. He's just a big person. And so when I get ready to come out, when he come off stage, I'm getting ready to go on. He said, "Show world, it's me today, you tomorrow." So I said, okay. That made me just gave me a little bit more confidence.
Know you're in the game.
That Tyrese had just complimented me.
That's all right.
Right. So I gave my portfolio before I got on. Before all that happened, I was downstairs in the green room. They had feathers, and so Ryan Barnes, he was the stage manager. So he let me go into Tyrese's dressing room and meet him.
Right. Wow.
So I gave him my portfolio. And then he said, "I'm gonna have to look at this." So he took it home with them, and he said, "I'm gonna check this out." So I said, okay. So I got on there and performed, and couldn't find my mom. I finally found her, and then before all that, I was so excited. I did it good. Even if I did messed up, I kept on going. I kept on going because I knew. I said, "Forget it. I'm gonna do like my mama said. I'm gonna keep on going whether I mess up or not."
That's how you do it.
So I kept on going, and I just kept on going, and so in the particular moment when the show was over, I was still on stage, and then the real I don't know if she was the real stage man. I don't know what that was, but it was this lady. She said, "Well, you just do what you got to do, and you stay on stage, and you just cheer the crowd on." I said, "I can do that." And so,
when you're thinking about a song, what helps you decide on the song you want to sing?
well,
Loaded question.
I really don't know, but sometimes I just choose out of my favorite songs, and I just gotta I have a choice of songs, and so because a lot of people like a lot of the songs that I sing, so I was like, okay, if it's like a kid thing, right, I'll sing like Happy, and I ask the kids to come up there, right, just we have a good time, and then if it's like this is just like a talent contest, I sing Shake Yourself Loose, or Already Been to the Water, or with somebody getting baptized, I sing that Already Been to the Water, right, or if it's like just event, I just sing I Gotta Believe, or something, right, that's I really know. Yeah,
you just pick from a whole bunch of songs that you know. Nothing in particular, but whatever you land on that feels good to you, that comes out well, sounds good, is on, then you'll go ahead and use it. What song did you use for the Apollo?
I sung Shake Yourself Loose.
Just that one song?
Yes.
Just that one song? You did one song?
Yes, sir.
You knocked it out. Well, maybe before the show is over, you think you could do us like just a short dash of acapella?
All right.
Oh, no, we'll see about that if it works out at the end of the show. Being there and all of those people, did it ever seem like it's like we're from Paducah, Kentucky.
Right.
And if I go to New York, I don't want to go to New York because I don't want to be around all those people. It unnerves me. Did you ever find like unusual or getting unnerved because you got all of these people around you? So unlike Paducah, Kentucky?
Not really, Because on June 28, 2004, I got to sing. Well, I pretty much already knew her, but she didn't know it was me. I got to sing with Vicki Winans
Right.
on stage in front of over 4,000 people,
Okay.
including a bunch of celebrities in the audience and
Right.
a lot of people that I didn't know. So I went up on stage, and then at first my mama was not gonna let me. She said, "No, and you can't go up there." So I was like, "Mommy, please let me go, let me go." I was like, Vicky. She could not even hold me down. She could not even hold me. I was in her clutches. I was finna break free. But as soon as she got on Shake Yourself Loose, I had to go back up,
that right?
up. Because at first when she came out, her son, Marvin Winans, a.k.a. Coconut, he was going to come, but she said, but she sung his part with the audience.
Right,
So
right.
I knew every song on her CD, her new CD in 2004. So I sung that song before anybody else knew it. Because my mom was out of town. My mom was out of town. She didn't even know Vicky CD was coming out. I was staying at my auntie's. I was like, man, I want that CD so bad. And so, man, when she picks me up that night from my Uncle Peter's house, I see this bag. She was like, Kendall, I got some. Cause she had already told me on the phone. I was like, hey, mommy. She's like, hey, Kendall, when I get back, I got a surprise for you. So I said, okay, because my parents always treat me good, because they always, even if I don't deserve it, but sometimes, but so I got into the car, I said, Mom, where's my surprise at? Where's my surprise at? Where's my surprise at? And so I get to the house. So they unpacking, her, my mom, my dad, me and my mom watch a movie. We always watch movies together. Sometimes we just have like a movie marathon. We always watch movies.
Right.
And so I said, Mommy, where's my surprise? She said, okay, I'm getting it. She got me 2 CDs and a Harry Potter DVD. So I see one of those, I said, who is that? She said, that's Vicky. I said, it's Vicky. She said, that's Vicky. I said, that's Vicky.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right.
I memorized the CD by night. My mom was asleep. My daddy was in there on the computer, and I was in her room. And so she was asleep. The TV was on. Nobody was in the house. I went in there and turned the alarm on. I came back in her room. I went in there, and I was singing Shake Yourself Loose. Like I knew the whole song, and then I was listening to the remix, and I was still singing and singing through the night. My mama finally woke up and told me go to bed.
So you sang with Vicki Winans.
Right.
You've met some of the more famous personalities, spiritual and religious personalities on television. I don't think there's a lot of people from Paducah, Kentucky who've actually met with Bishop Eddie Long of Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
Bishop T.D. Jakes of Chicago. You met with T.D. Jakes of Chicago.
Yes, he was at a book signing, actually. He was at a book signing.
Right.
And he was at Vicky's live recording on May 12th, 2006. I went to her live recording. She had invited me. I said, oh, I want to go, I want to go. I'm so excited. So I went. And so everybody was there. It was a huge concert. It was like 12,000 people. I don't know how many. It was 12,000 seats. And there was a bunch of tickets, so a lot of people was rushing. They were running to get their seats.
What was the occasion that you met with Andre Crouch and Dr. Bobby Jones?
That was there.
Was that there?
On
So
May 12th.
popular on BET. I've seen it often, as I'm sure many of us have. There's so many personalities that you've already been fortunate. Which people talk about having their favorite movie stars, their favorite singers, their favorite. I know the Winans are tough with you. That's down already. But who would you say, all total, would be your most favorite singer of all time?
That's a trick question, but I can figure that out in 2 seconds. Vicki Winans.
Vicki Winans. Somehow I knew you were going to come back to that.
I got a lot of people who can sing, but Vicki Winans is the first. Vicki Winans first. My mother's the second.
All right. All right.
Then a lot of people just come.
All right. Your mother sings.
She doesn't sing, but she can sing. She
She
doesn't,
doesn't,
but
but she can. Because usually if you sing, you got to probably heard some singing somewhere around you. You know, somebody was singing somewhere around you or you wouldn't have that, you know, that inclination to do it. You know, probably. You know, I mean, you know, you could have got sang to in the womb. You know that? Sometimes mothers sing and talk and whatever things, and they say that you can perceive things even while you're there that stay with you even after you're born, whether you know it or not, that come out later on in life. You know, even talking to a child before it's born or singing to a child can influence it, you know, along some of those lines. And sometimes once you come out in the world, you have to go back and help them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Go ahead, get mom, man.
That's what a lot of
Bring
people
mom
tell
on
me.
up.
They saying like, well, when you get into the bigger world and you don't forget about Paducah. And I said, no, I will not forget Paducah. So I was had to sing the other night. So they said, a lot of people was coming up and said, can you sign this for when you get big? I was like, hey, he signed this and he signed this piece of paper. I said, I got his autograph. And so a lot of people say about everyone there in Metropolis saying, well, when you get big, don't forget us down here in the little world, because you're going to be up there. So I said, I won't. So
I don't believe you could, even if you
Yeah.
wanted to, because there's too many people here that would be doing their best to pull you back here. Not to stay, but just to make you welcome and comfortable and at peace, because there's no place like home.
No.
You know? And then when you're out there, you know, this thing about people and all of that, you know, sometimes it's good to be at home and know that the surroundings and the people around you are people that truly love you. You're not a personality. You're not an entity. You're not a star. You're not a singer. You're just Kendall.
yeah.
And they love you for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like the friends you play with in school, for example, they could care less about some of the things that you do. You're just Kendall when you step on the playground. No?
Yeah.
Oh, I admit it. You
Yes.
probably got 6, 8, 10 girls sitting around. Oh, sing to me. Oh, sing to me.
No.
Doesn't happen, huh?
But it's just like I have a lot of friends, and right now I have a lot of friends, and so I have some not friends, used to be friends, but I was like whatever, I don't care. So
Exactly.
I still have some friends. I don't care. I don't need them.
The ones that were friends are still friends. And the ones that weren't are gone away.
Right. Sure. Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They was friends. They was friends anyway. They stay with you. They ain't gonna never step off of it.
But it's my friend Jaquan. We've been so close since I don't know, since pre-K, and we still talk on the phone and hang out and just talk on the phone, do same thing every day. Pretty much.
Exactly. I mean, you know, from time to time I still get home, you know, and I'm still the same. I'm not this, you know, big postal worker here in Paducah. You know, that's supposed to be funny. I don't think you caught it.
Not really.
But it's always good to go home. It's folks, check this sky out. This is beautiful, beautiful. It's wonderful. There's so much more about you. I didn't know you until I talked to your mother and first mentioned about your coming, you know, here, and having met you. It's not so much your singing that I'm impressed with. I'm impressed that as you talk with me, you look me in my eye, and you share with me in my eye whatever you're saying, whether it's funny or serious or whatever, but you're talking to me. And a lot of young people don't know to do that, you know, and it's because of not, well, I don't want to go there, but it's a beautiful trait that you have, and it'll carry you very, very far, because that says a man is honest if he will look you in your eye as he talks to you. And I admire you for it, and I admire your parents for instilling that in you and bringing you up that way. You thrill me. I am thrilled by you and what you're about. I am thrilled. Oh, shut up, been me. You'll go far, I'm sure. I asked earlier about the song that you sang at the Apollo, and whereas we normally, the show usually goes off with music playing and what have you, we're going to let you fill in like a minute, or it won't matter how long you sing, because at that point in time the show will have to close. You know what I'm saying? So once you get started, just go with it, you know, until you get tired of doing it. You know, don't don't let anybody tell you kids are going to the dogs, that they're all lost. They're not. And I think the most important thing is that we lift them up and bring them up to all the places where they can be, and let them know that what they do, we're proud of, and support them and encourage them. And maybe more of them will turn out the way this beautiful young man has. For Minority Focus, I'm Jimmie Moore, and you're on.
It's because he lives, I can face tomorrow. It's because he lives. Every one of my fears is all gone, all gone, all gone. Because I know he holds my future. And life is worth the living just because he lives. It's because he lives I can face tomorrow. It's because he lives. Every one of my fears is all gone, all gone, all gone. Because